Here I am at Charlton House on the Greenwich Fun Day, organised by the Leisure Services of Greenwich Council. I'm going to be talking to some of the people at this fun day, as you can see behind me, already enjoying themselves. At the moment, the London Borough of Greenwich is under threat, and we will be talking to people to find out exactly what they think of the services provided for them. Behind me, I'm talking to Josie, Vince and Mrs Trout. Tell us, Vince, what sorts of leisure services do you use in Greenwich?
Swimming pools, parks, libraries, sports centre, play badminton at Greenwich in the winter, and swim every Sunday at Greenwich Pool.
Yeah, do you use any other, apart from swimming, any other sports facilities?
No, just within the swimming pool, badminton, probably, the tennis courts. We use all the tennis courts. That's about it, I would think, besides the libraries.
And of course you use other parts of Greenwich Council services, don't you?
Well, for my mother, the services they provide for the disabled and she's disabled with arthritis. Quite a few of those we've had to have just recently because she's just recently come out of hospital. So we've had to use those. We're quite satisfied with them, aren't we? Really,
a wheelchair for her, disabled car sticker, which I take her about with.
In McCarthy, outside this lovely fire engine behind us, and you can see all the kids playing around in it. Stephanie, do you live in Greenwich?
Yes, I do.
You live in the London Borough of Greenwich?
Yes, that's right.
Whereabouts?
I live in Samuel Street, Woolwich.
Where's that?
Samuel Street, Woolwich.
Yes, I know it. Do you use any of the leisure services in Greenwich at all?
Not a great deal. I don't think there's a lot advertised. You get the odd leaflet, which you tend to, file under boring, but you don't really get too much information about it, I don't think so anyway.
Yeah. What sorts of things do you think the leisure services run then?
I'm not altogether sure. A lot of it's for children, but unless they're of an age where they can go out themselves, I don't really think there is a lot. Not really.
No, and so you'd say that you and your children don't use very much of the leisure services?
No, not a terrible amount, no.
There should be more provision to help people who have young children to get about.
Yes, I think so. More supervision in swimming and things like that would definitely be helpful.
Yes, of course that means money, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, they're always screaming money, but the rates go up all the time, but you don't seem to get an awful lot for it, not really.
You don't think so?
No, not at all.
What sort of services would you like to see Greenwich providing?
Well, something more for the under 10s, I think. I think a lot of it's more geared to the over 10s. Something that the children can go themselves, whereas if you've got children under 10 who needs to be supervised, you're never sure if they're going to get the right supervision if you're not there. If you're there, obviously you can give the supervision you want, but if you've got more than one, it's very difficult, very difficult.
And what do you think of a fun day like this?
It's very nice. It's a bit militant, I must admit. There's a lot of the government cuts business is thrown about, which I don't agree with. It's a bit too militant, but it's very good.
I think that Greenwich Council itself provides enough or a whole range of people in the borough.
I think sometimes some of the things that they put on are perhaps too centralised, and if they took things out more to local areas, especially some of the outlying estates that are totally ignored, like Horn Park and Page Estate and Cold Harbour, places like that, that are in a sort of affluent pocket and tend to be ignored altogether. Places like the Ferrier Estate.
Yeah. What sort of things would you like to see them providing there?
Well, I think, for instance, in some of the shopping areas, they ought to have like a little cafeteria where women can go and when they do their shopping, there's somewhere they can go and have a cup of tea and meet other women, and there's some facilities for the children, and to put on one-day events in local areas, for women and children especially.
What sort of things would you like to see the council doing more?
I think they should have a big giant fun fair what's here all year, what stays. One built here, because in the summer holidays it gets boring.
Yeah, so you'd like a big fun fair. So what are you going off to do now?
Me just look around on the inflatables.
All right, have a nice time, Sam. Okay. I'm talking to Tom Tetty here at the Charlton Fun Day, and he lives in Charlton and he's here with his kids enjoying himself. Tom, what do you think of the fun day so far?
Oh, it is beautiful, and I wish it's every day of the week.
Yeah, every day of the week?
Throughout the year.
Do you think you could afford to come here every day of the week?
I will definitely come here if it's every other week, yeah.
Yeah, every other week. Okay, what have you been doing? What have your kids been doing, and you?
They've been using the crash facilities around here. They've been looking at all the things available. They've been on a fun ride over there. and they've been enjoying themselves so far. Even the little one here has been enjoying herself.
Yeah, maybe we can get a shot of the little one down there.
Yeah.
What sort of thing do you use in Greenwich, in the London Borough of Greenwich? What sort of services?
Well, I use the bus service now and then when my car is off the road. I belong to the library, both the books and the record library.
Yeah.
And the parking facilities, generally things around.
What about sports facilities?
Yes, not enough, I must confess. But I had to go all the way to sometimes Bexley Heath area to have, to do anything really sports-wise.
Oh, I see. Why did you have to go over there?
That is where they've got something that I can use. And I must confess, I don't know what they've got in this area. Maybe it's lack of knowledge of what is available in this area.
Is there any area that you'd like to see Greenwich providing more services?
I think the Charlton area, especially Charlton, the one towards Woolwich Dockyard area, there is absolutely nothing. Even creche facilities for the kids. But I must confess, the local residents are doing their best to provide their own facilities. But I don't think that is enough.
Do you live in Greenwich?
Yes.
And what do you think of the services the council provides?
Excellent.
You like them, really? You really think they're excellent?
Yes.
What sort of services do you use then?
Well, the nursery schools, primary schools, school holiday services, all sorts of things.
Yeah. What about sports facilities?
Well, yes, Helen has swimming lessons. He's going to go to football lessons. I think they're pretty good.
Oh, that's very cool.
Disagree?
No, I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. It's very nice to hear someone say it. What about theatre and culture, things like
Well,
that?
we are very fortunate in having Greenwich Theatre. I should think it's probably the better one of the better ones outside the West End.
Really? And what about some of the fringe theatre in Greenwich?
Albany and all those, yes, I think they're excellent.
Yeah. And so, what sort of things are you into, music or theatre-wise?
Well, I like folk music and jazz personally, which is also well serviced around here. There's a Prince of Orange in Rotherhithe with all the jazz and everything else.
Yeah.
I think Greenwich is a pretty good place to live personally.
What do you think of the idea of the services being cut?
Well, it's sort of pretty bad, really. I mean, I'd like to sort of see more things like for the community and more money being used for people rather than just for big business and sort of like government concerns and that. I'd rather sort of see like money being used so people can enjoy themselves and sort of hopefully get rid of money altogether eventually.
Winnie, who lives in Charlton, is it, Winnie?
Yes, Blake Court, Cherry Orchard Estate.
Yeah. And how have you been enjoying the fun day?
Oh, great, the weather's kept fine and, everyone seems to be having a nice time.
You're here with some children, I understand.
Yes, my friend's little boy, he's out for the day and it's great, he's been really enjoying it.
Do you use any sort of Greenwich Council services or the leisure services of Greenwich?
Yeah, sometimes I come to Charlton House, anything that's going like jumble sales, I go to spiritual classes and, or go for a drink here.
Yeah, just the social.
Yeah, all for the family, yes. Yeah.
Is there any area that you think Greenwich Council could improve their services? Things maybe that you'd like to do, but aren't able to take part in?
I think they can do a little bit more around here, I think they could have squash courts and other things here because it's big enough to have more facilities here.
Work, don't you? You're actually employed.
Yes.
What job do you do?
Paper rounds.
And which paper do you deliver?
Mercury.
What's the Mercury all about?
Greenwich. Around Greenwich.
It's all about Greenwich. Have you ever read it?
Yes.
Oh, really? What does it say in it?
All, at the back page it's just like the papers with sport and in the middle page is TV and everything.
Yeah. Have you enjoyed today?
Yeah, it's been great fun.
What have you been doing?
I've been playing on this.
Yeah.
Been over there. I bought a load of things.
What did you buy?
Stickers. I helped the things over there.
Have you got any stickers on you that you bought?
Yeah, my sister's got them now.
Oh, has she? And how often do you come up to Charlton House?
About every 2 times a week.
Yeah. What else do you do in Greenwich? What sort of sports things do you do?
Football down Charlton.
And which club do you belong to?
What do you mean club?
Do you belong to a club? Do you go to a club, the Rothmore or something?
Rathmore.
Rathmore. You go to the Rathmore, do you?
Yeah, every Monday.
And what do you do there?
We play games, to go swimming, we do loads of football, play snooker.
Oh, great. So you're quite an all-rounder.
Yes.
Okay, how much do you get paid for your paper round?
Pound.
Other activities do you use? You yourself, what sort of things do you use? Library services?
I go to Greenwich and Kid Book Library.
Yeah.
And Blackheath Library and borrow books and records.
Yeah. Do you think the council should provide other services that they don't already? Can you think of anything that you need or you would want us to do, but you?
Yes, actually, we want our children. They are, we are bringing up in this country, and I want them to learn our language. Bengali. If there is some classes, Bengali classes, I would like to send them.
And you don't know of any Bengali classes existing?
Around here, no. I don't know any ground here in Greenwich Borough.
So maybe that's something you could ask the council to provide for you?
Yes.
Of course, the Greenwich Council organise this day, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you think it's the sort of thing they ought to be doing?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there should be more free open gigs. Yeah.
What sort of Greenwich Council services do you use yourself? I mean, do you know what services you use that are run by Greenwich Council?
Well, apart from the locals, the dustbin collection and that, sort of, use swimming baths, go to local benefits and things.
What sort of local benefits do you do?
Well, Greenwich Performance Collective, and save the miners and, whatever,
Oh well, do you think there's anything in Greenwich that the council could provide? Something they're not providing yet that they should do?
Well, yeah, I suppose as a young person, I would say that there should be more sort of cheap sort of gigs for young people. I'm not talking about sort of £300 million getting, £3, but cheap gigs. Provide more halls and whatever.
Well, thanks for talking to us, and I hope you enjoy today. Right.